What's up, guys? It's the Gamer Kai here. We are back in Minecraft today, and throughout the last couple of days I've been building these buildings for my Minecraft Let's Build a City series, and I kind of realized that I have been building the buildings, but I haven't been showing you really what I've been putting inside of the buildings, or the finished product, basically. So in this video I'm going to show you the interior, which both of these buildings are completely decked out now. I just finished them early this morning, and I think they both look really good. And we'll start with this one over here because this one was part of the last video. And this one is the school, which I have changed. Oop, that's water. Which I have changed to be the elementary school because it is not as big as it should be, and I feel like we might need another school. And if you watch the previous video, you'll notice that I did add an addition onto the back of this school. It's the changing rooms for the gym, and I also added a skylight. I just wanted to add a few extras just because I don't know, I feel like the building was a little bland, just being that rectangle brick building, and I thought it just needed a little bit of extra work, so I did put on a little bit of extras along with some bushes on the side and some rose bushes and a banner for the school mascot along with the town banner and some flowers. And I also added some street lights recently, so there's that. And now I will show you the inside of the building. Alright, so when you go in, when the first door to your left is the main office for the school, which isn't anything special. This whole building, there was only so much you could put inside a school. The building next door, which is Town Hall, will have a lot more detail in it. But so this is the main office of the building. And then if you go across the hall, you'll have the principal's office, which I added a bookshelf, a desk, some chairs, which are stairs, but they look like chairs if you leave them single, or you could do double and make a couch. And then next door we have the restrooms, which we did boys and girls, and they have a sink and they have a fully a toilet where the toilet seat goes up and down, which is really cool. It's just a cauldron with a trapdoor. And this one has it too. Sink and a toilet. And if you go across the hall, there's the math room, which is the smallest classroom in the building. It's got the desks, the bookshelf, the flower, and that is supposed to be a chalkboard. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a... it'd be cool if they made like a half block to make it thinner, but they don't. So I just had to go with two big black blocks. And then we have the library, which is just a bunch of bookshelves with a makeshift table in the center of it with some pressure plates. And then this one is my favorite room in the whole building. This is the finished gym, which we added a basketball court and a really cool balcony. And I also added this skylight with the lights hanging across, which I really like this room. I think it turned out great. It has the banners for the school mascot, which is the creepers. Then I added that addition onto the back, which is like a makeshift changing room. I don't know, a locker room, which doesn't really have lockers, and this one's just the same as the other one. I don't know. I thought it was a good idea just to add like a locker room kind of deal, changing room. Sporting events, teams could meet in there. I don't know. This would be the janitor's closet, but I really haven't done much. I put a chest in here with nothing in it and a sink. And then we wander upstairs and we go to the left, and that leads to the top of the balcony in the gym, which I put some makeshift bleachers in, if you want to call them that. And people could stand up here and watch games or something like that. And then we have the English room, which we put some tables and chairs, and along with a big chalkboard with some bookshelves. The chairs are still steps, and the tables are fence posts with pressure plates put on top of them. Then if you go down the hall a little bit, we have the social studies room, which is another same exact concept. I kind of did the same concept for each of the classrooms. The chalkboard made out of black wool, and then the desk made out of fence posts with pressure plates. And then the last room in here would be the science room, which I did a little differently. I did like the lab counter where the gas faucets and everything would be, but I couldn't really figure out anything close to that, I guess. I guess I could put a sink in there. Maybe I will sometime. And then we have the desks and the chalkboard, just like the rest of it. And that is all the rooms in this building. Unless we were to add like a third floor, I don't think we're going to get any more. So I'm definitely going to try to add a high school in at some point with kind of the same concept. I really like how this building turned out. I kind of like the one next door a little bit better though, because it seems a little more detailed than this one. So I don't know. I just kind of like it better. Alright, so this is the first building we built. This is the town hall. I really like how it turned out with the fountain and the benches and all the shrubbery and the flowers, and it just looks good. Ignore that sound. That is in one of the rooms, and I will be showing you. Alright, so we have the town banners when you first get here, and then we kind of walk in. And this is like the entryway, relaxing way kind of deal. You can sit down, check out everything. It has the town colors, which is yellow and red, and has the banners and some pictures, some flowers, some lights. And then you walk down the hallway, and we're going to kind of make our way from the left wing to the right wing. And this is the banner room. This is where we make the town banner and the school banner so far. I could imagine we'll end up making more. This is kind of a simple room. This is the first one I set up. And you need a crafting table. You can wash off the banners in the sink to restart. And then we have some dies and the town banner, the school banner, and then a bunch of blank banners, along with some random stuff that I just kind of tossed in there just to get out of the way, out of my inventory. And then walk down the hallway and we go to the magic room, which is where the sound is coming from. If you play Minecraft, you should know what's in this room, which is the Ender portal. And along with we got that, which I forgot what that was called, but we also have the Ender chest and the enchantment table. The Ender portal, if none of you know what that is, it is basically a portal to hell, and I don't want to go in it because I don't enjoy dying, and I'm not really any good in the Ender world, but I don't know, I just thought it was something that we could include in the building. It's always good to have things like that, I guess. So that is the magic room. I wasn't really sure what else to call it. And next door we have the lounge, which is detailed enough to where you know what it is. We have some shelves here with some makeshift cups, which I used as cheese. That's the problem with going into the Ender portal. It thinks you want to like hang out with it or something, because as soon as you leave, it just won't leave you alone. Alright, so we have some shelves and some makeshift cup made out of flower pots, along with countertop. This should be an oven. It is a white wool block with black carpet on top, along with a sink, some more counter space, a makeshift couch, and then we have a TV. And then if we walk down the hallway this way, we have the war room, which is not actually a war room, it's just kind of a display room, which there used to be armor in here. I don't know where it went. Anyway, I will end up fixing that, but usually it has all sorts of armor lined up just like this one. I really do not know where it went. It was all lined up against the wall. My bad. But so it has that, and then we got some frames, which most of them are gone also. I'm kind of concerned with this room. I didn't put them in here, did I? No. Alright, so I will end up fixing that. I do apologize for that. Alright, next is the roof access, which I said I wasn't going to, but I did. That room we will explain in a minute or two. But this goes up to the roof, which goes up to here. It's nothing special. You just kind of go out here and you can walk around on the roof. And you can maintain some stuff, which I will explain what that is over there in a minute, which also goes with the door at the bottom of the stairs. But you go next door to this room, and it is the mayor's office, which is kind of simple. I did have a fireplace in here, but it kind of took up all the room, so I decided to take it out. This is one of the more simple rooms in the city building, and I don't know. The next one, this one is definitely the most simple. This is just storage, which I just put a bunch of chests in here on shelves and on the floor, and I'm gonna fill these up with some stuff. This is not the only storage room. This is like basic storage. The other storage room is definitely cooler. I can't wait to get there. Alright, so the next room is my favorite room. This one is the beacon room, which is really, really cool. It took me a little bit to build. So if you can see down there, we have a sticky piston with a block on the end of it, which is covering the end of the beacon, which if you don't know what a beacon is, it kind of gives you like a power-up if you were in survival mode. And then if you hit this switch with the beacon pointed to it, you get the beacon. And it is really cool because then the sticky piston moves the block out of the way, which releases the beacon, which goes up to the roof, which I want to show you guys something really cool, which I did not know, but I put a green plate of glass on top of that beacon, which coincidentally turned my beacon green, which I really, really like. I'm really glad I discovered it, or not discovered it, I'm sure people realized it before. But so you put the green stained glass in, and it just turns your beacon green, and I think that is the coolest thing ever. I have the trapdoor up here because it kind of blends in with the roof a little bit. I did have glass, but I don't know. I feel like the trapdoor blends it in with the roof, so that's why I have that up here. And then I can show you how I got that beacon set up real quick, because there is a stairway to the bottom of it through the basement. So then if you want to turn it off, you just toss that switch on and it turns back off. I'm going to shut this. Alright, so this is the basement door, which leads to a ladder, which takes you down here, and then that switch goes up to the beacon room, and this goes to the sticky piston, which is covering the beacon. It is only a 9-block beacon. It's nothing too big. It fits in the room, it works, it does its job. You can also go down here and change the power-ups for it, which you can do speed, haste, jump boost, resistance, strength, and also regeneration. I really like this room. It took me a little bit. You don't really have to have a knowledge of redstone to do this. It was pretty simple, but I do have a pretty good knowledge of redstone. I really like it. And that door we will get to next, which also combines with the door in the stair room. Alright, so the next and final room is the VIP storage area, which when you walk in, there is TNT. So it's heavily guarded, obviously. There's TNT. I don't want to be blowing up my building. I kind of did it for like that visual effect, which we have a couple bookshelves and a couple chests, which as you can see, I have two sticky pistons with some metal fencing, and you cannot get through, which is where the hidden switch comes in, which the switch is not in this room for security purposes. But since no one is really probably going to be playing on this world but me, I'm going to just show you guys where it is. So if you go back to the roof access room, there's a door You get back here, and there's a switch, and there's a sign that says open and protected. So we're going to turn that to open. Then we're going to head back. We're going to leave that open because we're going to be right back. So you're going to head back over to the VIP storage area. And then look at that, it is open. Alright, so in the first chest we have some emeralds and nether stars. In the second chest we have a massive amount of gold. And in the third chest we have a massive amount of diamonds, along with 9 blocks of TNT. And then I thought I'd just put these bookshelves in as like, I don't know, like rare books or something. This is just like the storage area for objects that could be dangerous or expensive. And I just thought that was a good idea to take up the room because I was really running out of ideas. And that is it. So then you can go back. I guess I'll show you how it works real quick. So if you head back into the basement, head down the ladder, there's this door, and then you can see that this I can't get up there because I'm just too damn tall. I guess I can get up there now. Alright, this goes all the way to the room at the roof access room. And then this goes all the way to here. And then you can see when I activate the piston, it pushes the fence up. So you cannot get through that doorway. And I do know how to set it up so there is a fence that comes down so it is completely enclosed, but I don't think I have enough room in that room without making the roof taller, which would kind of offset the building and it just wouldn't look good. So I'm just going to leave it so the bottom is the only one protected because I feel like that'd be okay. So that is the building, and I really like it. You can see it's protected now. You can't jump, you can't get through at all, and no one's going to freaking blow up your TNT or steal your diamonds unless they know where the switch is. I just thought it was a cool idea, definitely a cool concept. And that is it. There goes that ender portal again. Alright, so guys, that is the interior of my buildings. If you're curious on how I built the buildings themselves, definitely check out my other videos. There's 2 more videos before this. This school is actually a live stream I did, which took me quite a while. I was live streaming for about an hour, and I still didn't even... I got the building itself done, but there's no windows or roof. And so I ended up finishing the roof in the building off stream. So I do not think I will be live streaming any more videos because it just takes too long. It's easier just to make the video, edit it, make it shorter. So I'm going to try to make my videos under half an hour at this point, which this one's nearing 20 minutes, and it's just like a let me show you the inside of the building. So there might be parts to me building the building, either that or it's just going to be short segments, like I'm going to put a wall here, and then I build a wall, and then I'm going to put a roof here, obviously. And so I like what we're doing so far. Not all of my buildings are going to be brick and spruce. I think just like the town-ish buildings are going to be brick and spruce. My next building is actually going to be the mayor's house, which is going to be over there on this point right here. And which is why I put the path over here. I'm just trying to prep. And that is not going to be made out of brick and spruce wood. That is going to be like different materials. So if you like what you see, definitely subscribe because it really helps me out. I definitely appreciate everybody that subscribes. And yeah, so subscribe and keep up, and if you want to know how I built these buildings, definitely check out my last 2 videos. And I am the Gamer Kai.